my name today. I've changed my name so many times in the last 2 decades. For real. When I first got online in 1998, it was new. Nobody was doing anything like that. I knew one other person that was actually online and making a fortune. It was my inspiration. But I was afraid. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know who could find me and what they would do, and who knows. I used to watch those Lifetime movies with all those crazy stories, so I was afraid. I was afraid to put my real name online. So I made up a name one night. I had written a book about how to lose weight after you had a baby, and I was convinced that I could get online and sell this book. So I used a pen name, and I called myself Victoria. And people told me later, it's like, yeah, your name, it's what you're all about. You're about victory. Victoria is about victory. It's helping them have victory in their life, get control of their health, eating too much food, using food as their friend. See, that's the thing. Food is not your friend. So I'm taking a walk right now, and it is super, super cold. I'm all bundled up. I have my biggest coat on right now. I have a thick vest, down vest underneath, and then this heavy coat on top. So I'm super bundled. But it's so windy. It's probably 20 degrees with the wind on top of it. So it's colder than that. So anyway, back to my names. Yeah, so that was it. I called myself Victoria, but my real name was Karen. Imagine that. My real name is Karen. Is that hilarious? Yeah, so I converted and changed my name to Rockhold Zipporah. And shortly after conversion, I got married. So, hence another name change. And when I converted and changed my name to Rockhold Zipporah, I wanted to change it legally. I wanted to be called Rockhold Zipporah, that I had changed my name. So that's what I wanted. But I was convinced by my family at the time, the family I married into, to not do that. I didn't change my name. I did change my name to my married name, so I had a new name. So I used both. I used my birth name, Karen, in business with my new last name, my new Jewish last name, which was very Jewish. I didn't even know it was Jewish. I'd never heard the name before in my life. I had not been exposed to Jews. I didn't know Jews. I didn't grow up around Jews. I didn't know Jewish names or Jewish faces. I didn't know any of that. Like Jews, now I could spot a Jew easily. When I was first in the Jewish community, Jews would notice other Jews, like, oh, that person's Jewish, in public, like they, are walking down the street, and I would think, how do you know? How do you know? But I know now. You know it's another Jew. There's just something about Jews. They just could sniff each other out. And then as my life went on and things happened, I started looking for all kinds of answers. Reading books, giving charity, trying to better myself, trying to better my character, trying to let go of things, just, started changing myself rapidly as my life just appeared to be falling apart. And then at one point I was like, okay, I need another name. So I decided to add the name Devora. So for a short time, I was planning on having Devora added to my name. So so it was going to be Rockald Zipporah Devora. So eventually the Devora idea, it stopped. I was looking to gather some strength from the name Devorah Hanavi, who led the Jewish people. And then time passed, and when I look back on it now, it seems kind of, I have to question, what were you thinking? But I got this idea to change my name completely after my divorce from my 6-year marriage that really just left me a wreck for a couple of years. During that time, I was waiting for the divorce to be final, and I was waiting for my get and this whole thing. All that time, I was thinking I should change my name because I was going to change the last name anyway, because I wanted my original name back, or the name I had before I married him. So I just thought, why not change your whole name? And once you get the thought, and then one thing leads to another, so the name changed to Gabriella Brown. It was like one thing led to another, the whole time. And I was led to this group of people that were into creating names for anything, people, businesses, whatever. They were into creating names according to some thing they came up with, where they said that the way they created the names, they were like songs in the world. I have no idea where these people are now, but I did hire them to create names for me. I gave them my information, and then they had me pick from a list of first and last names. And so this is the only name that I saw that I liked. And when I was looking at the names, I think one of the nights I ran across some information about the angel Gabriel, and I was like, oh, well, it's sort of Jewish. This is the closest one that sounds sort of Jewish. Gabriella. But it's spelt in a strange way with the A-L-A. And it had to be spelled that way to make the note right. Like, it was part of the song. So it had to be Gabriella. So Gabriella was the first name I picked, and then I had to pick a last name. The last name, none of them sounded Jewish. The closest thing was Brown. Brown was listed. And the name Brown, if you actually look at the name Brown in the world, it's got a lot of success behind it. Brown is a very strong, successful name in the world. So might as well pick a winning name. So that's why I picked Brown. So the name Gabriella Brown is completely made up. But it's my real name. After I chose that name, I proceeded to do a legal name change. And I did it by myself. I filed by myself. I ran the article, the newspaper, letting people know I was going to change my name in case someone had any objection to it. And then when I went before the judge in Atlanta, it was Judge Flake. She was very elegant judge dressed in a green suit. Her name was Judge Flake. And she said to me immediately when I went before her, she says, "Are you changing your name to avoid creditors?" I said, "No." And I think the look on my face may have been confused because I thought, what? People do this to avoid paying creditors? I didn't even know that people did that. I was changing my name because I was trying to make my life better, and I thought if I changed my name and got rid of the old names I was associated with, that somehow would change something, because there's strength in a name. There's a lot in a name. It's Torah. Name means a lot. So I changed my name, and I was legally Gabriella Brown in March of 2013. 2013. So it's been 9 years. Sort of changed it when I got married in 2016. I sort of changed it. I added the last name to mine. So I was a hyphen. I was a Brown / something else. But I didn't do it legally. When I got divorced, I just dropped it. I think I even dropped it before I was divorced. That's just a little history about my name changes and how they came about. Oh, but I do want to say something that was unpleasant that happened to me because of my name change was that it in fact did erase my credit history. But I had a good credit history. I had a strong credit history. And it erased it. So all of a sudden I was starting over with a new name and a new credit history. I wasn't able to move through the world like I had before.